What's good? It's your boy Tad Money, and today I'm gonna show you my dedication to my Xboxes. You know, my beautiful, beautiful Xboxes. And as you can see, this is a form of worship, of worshiping my Xbox consoles. As me being a hardcore, a truly dedicated Xbox fan, but also an up and coming Xbox techno philosopher and an Xbox technotheist when it comes to the religion of the Xboxpunks, strictly for the Metaverse. But when it comes for the real world, it's also for, when it comes to the real world, I mean, it represents the way of life for gamers, specifically Xbox gamers. And as you can see, I got 4 white candles to complete the cage of the worship of Xbox. And not only that, but I got the crystals as well, my big crystals for my hand to hold to help me visualize, the future of Xbox, Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Cloud Gaming, when it comes to being on every device and using every type of way to control that avatar or character protagonist in that game. I do got an Xbox Controller Fetish, but for those who got disabilities or just want to use their mind with the computer brain chip, they can do that as well. Now, when it comes down to that form, it's called Technotheism. Basically, what you see in the Matrix. There are movies about robots and stuff, but, even though Matrix was amazing, but I never really got the message until, the creation of the Metaverse. Metaverse been around for a while, but at the same time, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was part of the Metaverse, but I didn't even realize it. But it started with World of Warcraft, because World of Warcraft is a type of Metaverse, but really it's a role-playing game, an online role-playing game. But it has become a Metaverse itself. But what else game I played? But when it came to Second Life, the online Metaverse, I definitely started with that, but I wasn't of the age yet, so I was careless. Brought my real world problems into the game, which I didn't mean to do. I was supposed to role play. It was amazing all the stuff that I got out of there, even though I didn't have the money, because I didn't have a credit card at that time. I would join Second Life again, but with this Mac computer and a mouse, and also their keyboard, so I'm gonna be honest, Second Life is really made for PC equipment, mostly PC, because the Mac computer don't work with Second Life. I tried it and I didn't like it. But not only that, but when it comes to PC, when it comes to their graphics cards and stuff like that, the Second Life look more beautiful. But with the Mac computer, it don't have the graphics card, so it makes it look terrible. Now, with this form of theism, it's called Technotheism. And Technotheism means technology and theism put together. And when it comes down to what you see on my desk, it's Xbox Technotheism. And Xbox Technotheism means that basically you worship Xbox, either in hardware form or software form. When it really come down to it. You know what I'm saying? They're still gonna make consoles, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Microsoft don't sell that much Xbox consoles. Just for the simple fact is that, their sales is not in it, but it's in the Xbox, it's in the Game Pass subscription. That's where Microsoft mostly make their money from. And also do Windows too from Steam. They make money off that too. That's why Nintendo and PlayStation don't put their games on PC, because you need Windows or basically that to play your games. And to be honest, but it really come down to it. Majority of Xbox exclusive games, are coming to PC. And when it comes to PC Game Pass, playing a monthly subscription to play over 100 plus games, including PC only games, that's what really come down to it. Now, I heard that Persona have been added to the Xbox Game Pass, and people are very excited for it, for the role-playing game. I don't know if I'm going to stream it because I never play games like that, but, since people were so excited for it, I might give it a try. But, I need a storage drive for my Series S. Their storage drives cost $200. Basically, to run terabyte. When it comes to the 2 terabyte, I would get that, but that's even more expensive. And I'll probably go get it sometime next year, if I ever get it at all. Because it's best to install games on my Series S. Now, when it comes to Xbox One storage, they cheaper, and you can definitely get off of Amazon, and the dude gives a lot of space. Now, I got 3 of them, but once I get the 4th one, it's going to be 4 terabyte. I'm good. But when it comes to my Series S, it's going to be mostly Xbox One games and Series games on this console. But when it comes to my Xbox One S, it's going to have not only the Xbox One games, but the original Xbox and 360 games. Why? Because you can't remote play with those games. So basically, I have to go downstairs and play them down there. Not just because my TV is about to break down, but because my mom TV downstairs is already up to date. You connect the internet to it and stuff. When I first tried it, TV started blacking out, but now it's okay now. Maybe because I upgrade my internet, but I don't know. But yeah, maybe because of my internet, because it need Wi-Fi to function, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I do to worship my Xbox consoles. Now, I got done watching Ready Player One. You know what I'm saying? When I was watching that movie, you know what I'm saying, watching it, I love this. I mean, it's so, violent and extreme, and also cussing and all. But, when it comes to Ready Player One, looking at the concept of, us, the useless class, as the rich people call us, people in the higher class call us, being part of the useless class is fine. But when it comes down to me, I'm not going to be useless for long. Because when you see on my desk, it's something that nobody never do. I don't think you can do this with your PS5 or any of your PS consoles if you try and put them all together with candles. But when it comes down to the collection of choice of consoles, I'm only interested in Xbox One consoles and Xbox Series consoles in any form. Those are the only consoles that I want to collect and get. And I probably can get the rare ones by paying the highest price for them, by having them. And also get the ones that you can't get once I publish my book in the techno philosophy of Xbox. Once I publish that book and promote the hell out of it, get the Kindle form, and also get the paperback form once I make money off the Kindle form. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to include this in my book. You know what I'm saying? These are crystals that are on top of the Xbox. And just I'm glad I got the crystals on them because, crystals, they're minerals, but also they can balance with the technology, especially the enhanced technology of these consoles because of the radio frequencies that technology send out. You know what I'm saying? I learned about that by learning about 5G towers and stuff. To be honest. And also do New Age with the channels with the channel Spirit Science when they was talking about crystals And also I got books too that talks about crystals helping you block your energy field from the radioactive technology that gives out bad frequencies, stuff like that. But when I was watching Ready Player One, you know, even though the Oasis is the concept of the metaverse, and Fortnite is closest to the metaverse with all of their different avatars and stuff, and it's gonna be a metaverse. Just give it some time. Basically 2025 but definitely 2026. That's when Fortnite will become. It's already a metaverse. It will come full bloom once when the decade of 2030 comes. That's going to be the golden age of the metaverse, and that's when everybody will have a second life in the digital world. I mean, it's a given fact. If Facebook is the one that came up with the concept of pushing it out there, but really Second Life, Roblox, and even Minecraft and World of Warcraft, they were the first ones. But when it comes to Facebook, they're bringing the VR headset, the 3D headset. But when it comes to 2D, it's been like that since the beginning of the 3D era of video games, starting with PlayStation, Nintendo 64, then later on Sega too as well. I keep forgetting Sega, but also later on Xbox. And Xbox brought in online gaming, and that changed the gaming industry, but forever. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about Xboxes, I kiss them a lot. I self-pleasure myself in front of them. I mean, I just, I already got done self-pleasure myself to Jury's feet. I don't know, something about that RE engine that Capcom used. You know what I'm saying? But she's not the only barefooted girl. So let's hope they do that with the rest who are barefooted. Females only, of course. Whole 9 yards, man. But you see the white candles that represent the colors of the console. And also I got the original controllers for them on top of the console, right along with the crystals. But back to Ready Player One, when it comes to the concept of your Oasis, basically the metaverse, seeing my home world, in front of me, and also in Ready Player One, the graphics that you see, what they actually show in Oasis, is exactly what the metaverse is going to look like. Definitely around the time of that year that they showed in that movie as well. But definitely in 2050, when it's going to be more realistic, you won't be able to distinguish from artificial and reality. Because the Oasis, that's what artificial reality looks like. It looks so real. But trust and believe, graphics is going to look exactly like Ready Player One. You just got to give it some time because scientists are researching the virtual graphics. Like I said, virtual graphics, video game graphics is a mixture of cartoon and real world basic reality together. The physical and the cartoon being pushed together. It's like the Big Bang Theory. When it comes together, it forms that. And with video game graphics, that's why you can add cartoons and realistic people and all that into that game. I mean, just look at VR chat and many other games, but I'm just saying though, not VR chat. They make theirs more cartoonish, definitely with their glitches. But what I'm trying to say is that video games is a mixture of cartoon or basically anime and physical reality. And that's how video games come to be. And that's why video games sell more than music and movies and all that stuff. And when it comes to Game Pass, they are on top. The reason why Nintendo and PlayStation don't do that, because they are what? A Japanese company. It's nothing. This is not no disrespect. It's just that America, when it comes to Netflix and all these other things, those are American made. But when it comes to Nintendo and PlayStation, basically Sony and Nintendo, that's overseas. That's in Japan. And they're not like America, you know what I'm saying? But When I realized that Xbox was created by an American company, I just knew out top they was gonna give what the gamers want, and that's why I'm an Xbox punk, and that's why I got an Xbox Controller Fetish, because you can create your own, and they're pushing the hell out of creating your own Xbox Elite controller. I mean, that video, they made another video. I haven't looked at it yet, but I saw the first one. You know, so the line, and they switch it up too. So hopefully I can make more Xbox controllers. But for right now, I'm just gonna bookmark the ones that's already made. So whenever I feel like buying a controller, for the sake of Microsoft Metaverse and me having my own sanctuary in the digital world, specifically I'm gonna start with Microsoft first. But I think the Omniverse is going to be added to the Xbox ecosystem since it's going to support 2D and 3D too with the VR headset, but also 2D as well. You feel what I'm saying? Whole 9 yards. But, when it comes to Ready Player One, when it comes down to the end part of the movie, what I'm saying? I don't want the metaverse to be restricted 1 or 2 days. Just like with online video games, you get on whenever you feel like it, and it's always available to you. People have a right to be in it, but don't get, you gotta understand, as long as we live in this physical world, you gotta remember that you're still in a physical world, you know what I mean? It's, that it might not come to the point of Matrix unless artificial intelligence, come up with ideas like that, but when it really come down to it, when it comes to the metaverse, though, it's going to have its own homegrown religions. Because when they try and bring real world religions into the metaverse, that's cool too. But that will work perfect in augmented. But I guess virtual is cool. Virtual reality is cool. But when it comes to my vision for the metaverse, since it's a whole new economy and a whole new world and a whole new industrial age, the metaverse need to have religions that are based upon video games, franchises, video game companies, stuff in that nature. It need to have those type of things in the metaverse. And that's why I was put on this earth for. I mean, if I wasn't put on this earth for that, just imagine what the metaverse would be like. I'm not saying I'm going to be the only one to shape it, but I'm like really going to be like the Jesus Christ of it. Because when it comes to Xbox Punk, that's going to be a religion for the metaverse, but really it's going to be a way of life in the real world based upon, still living in a physical world. But Xbox Punk is really for the metaverse. So even though Cyberpunk 2077 shows the future, once it gets to that point, then yes, Xbox Punk will be part of the real world if all of us become cybernized. You know what I'm saying? Especially near the decade of 2070, which I will be in my 80s or 70 at that point. You know what I'm saying? I'm 30 now, so if you count by the decades, I was born in 1990, so probably in my 60s or 70s or 80s. But other than that, but at the same time, actually, no, not 70 or 80s, but probably way older. I probably won't be alive around that time, but I might live in the metaverse digitally as an AI, but say that. But they say that will come true and that will be possible in the year 2050 or in the decade in the year 2050, hopefully. But that's one thing. So this is your boy Tab, man. That's all I want to say. I want to put out there. So this is how I worship my Xbox consoles. This is how I do it with the white candles and the crystals and stuff. I'm gonna leave it like this until the candles burned out. Then put my consoles back downstairs and put my crystals up, leave the big ones out, and that's how it goes. This is my Xbox worship and all that stuff. So I hope you enjoy this. I was about to stream Star Wars, but I watched Brady playing one. And the thing about it is, when it comes to, I know you wonder, what about what kind of movie that talks about augmented reality? There's this movie called Fall Guy, where the guy walks around with these glasses that shows that the digital world is mixed with the physical. That movie talks about augmented reality. Even though it's a funny movie and a violent movie, so is Ready Player One as well. But I think it's Fall Guy. I don't know if I got it right, but it's Fall Guy. That movie shows augmented reality. So if you're into like Pokemon Go and all that stuff, the movie Fall Guy when the digital is in the physical, You know what I'm saying? That's augmented reality. But what I like about Ready Player One is that you in the comfort of your own home. He wasn't in his house; he was in some type of place. But you know, the thing is that you know what I'm saying. I'm all about virtual spirituality. When it comes to augmented spirituality, that's for someone else to do if they want to bring the digital world with them. But to me, I want to live through computers. When it comes to drugs and computer games, I find I'm dealing with that. And if the government got to own me in order for me to gain access for that, especially if I'm using Xbox, you gotta understand, you know, Microsoft they updated their policies and everything. And I know that policies might involve cookies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And also I signed up for Xbox Design Lab and they got access to my email for the sake of designing your own controller. But the thing is, when it comes down to drugs, so I'm talking about cannabis and psychedelics. You know, what I'm saying I would not try harder drugs, especially not heroin, because you know I'm not a fan of needles. But you know, when it comes to drugs and computer games and living through computers and stuff like that, I learned this from work and I'm informed because they're the main ones pushing the metaverse. You know, so I don't have no problem with that because I don't go to clubs, I don't go to parties. You know, I'm fine being at home as long as I'm not homeless. But I'm not gonna be homeless as long as I got my consoles. My Western Digital storage drive. You know, so I was looking for that, but I never thought it would give up. But it's big though. It need to be plugged in. So, you know, when it comes to technology that need to be plugged in, especially your storage drive, like I grab everything out of there. Especially the ebooks. If I didn't grab the ebooks, I would have lost them forever. But the ebooks only based upon New Age or Satanism or stuff like that. But you know, I forgot I was supposed to sign off. But you know, when it comes to drugs and computer games, I'm fine of having that in my life. You know, as long as I get to worship my Xbox, my controllers, and bring in the technotheism, which is technology and theism. You know, that's the goal. So this is your boy Tammy. I'm finna sign off. That's all I want to do. So this is my dedication to my Xbox. And I hope you enjoy the altar that I made for them, with the crystals on top of them, to balance the energy of the technology and stuff like that. So when it comes to virtual spirituality, it deals with 2D and 3D, basically virtual reality headsets and screens and phones and tablets, basically cloud gaming and gaming from console and PC. And that's what it comes down to. This is your boy Zach Money.